said, whom God has afflicted for secret ends, he comforts and heals and calls them friends. In the 53rd chapter of Isaiah, which is the basis of the Christian faith in a way, it is said, although he had done nothing that was violent, he had done no violence, yet it was the will of the Lord to bruise him and to bring grief to him. But when he makes himself an offering for sin, he shall see his offspring, and he shall see the fruit of the travail of his soul and be satisfied. Now, to understand this strange mystery, let me share with you an experience of my childhood. Undoubtedly, you know it. You've either witnessed it or you've done it yourself. My mother was very fond of flowers. I could see her every morning with her parasol. She was very fair of skin, and she always had this parasol against the sun, not against rain. And she and her gardener would go into her garden, and he would do all the weeding and the digging and the watering, but she did all the little grafting. She loved the thought of grafting. Well, you know what a graft is? You take a bud, a shoot, some virile part of a plant that is capable of propagation. Then you make an incision into another, I would say, stalk. And then you take this bud and you simply insert it into another stalk. Different plant altogether. And then you tie it securely, and then in time it takes. The graft takes. It adheres to that place. And then when the time comes for the bearing of the flower or the fruit, it brings forth after its parent kind, not the kind on which it is grafted. It brings forth after that from which it was taken. That is the story of the Christian faith. Here is the bud that exists in its perfect state in the parent tree of life. Then it is detached from the tree of life and transplanted. Then it in its turn becomes the parent. For the fruit that it brings forth is that of the parent tree. So Jesus Christ, look upon now, just for reason, for a little moment, as the bud that exists on the tree of life. It's transplanted not upon any particular person in this world, but upon human nature. To lift human nature to the level of God. So here, this transplanted on human nature, every moment of time, the horrors that take place in the world. On this, it is inserted, embedded. And then it takes, the graft takes. And then, in good time, in the fullness of time, when there is a moment for the bringing forth of the fruit, bringing forth of the flower, It brings forth the flower of the tree of life, not the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So here we are now on the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And to raise it to the level of the tree of life, where it has life in itself, the bud is transplanted. It is grafted unto this human nature, not grafted unto an individual. Well, I can see my mother now actually doing this little job on a certain branch. And then, in the course of time, when it was ripe for the bursting of the flower, out would come the flower, not of that on which it was grafted, but that from which it was taken.